Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning coffee. Glad to see not much has changed. So getting the abuse in the comments. I was a couple of minutes late for old time's sake, not for any other reason like lack of preparation, of course. But I'm here. It's been what, 3 weeks or something. As always, there's me going, nope, none of my lighting setup is correct, but got some blasting sunlight in here though. Look at that. Sun is in. I've got news to share. I've got cool stuff to show you as well. I've missed you all. It's nice seeing other names at the side. I'm like, yay! So hopefully you've coped these last few. I'm gonna have to move that light, and hopefully you've coped every Sunday that I've not been here. I apologise that I've been kind of shifting the goalposts a bit because of each week going, no, I'm not well enough to do that. Not at all. Right, the sun. So that's the clue. The sun. I had it set up, and then the sun came. I am going to very quickly move the light on this side, which should balance it out. Not going anywhere, and I won't unplug anything. That's the key. Not this side. Lions were happening. So you'll all be tired now, going, no, Annie's back. Hope we'd get one more week of her being ill. Yes, here I am. Look at that. Got the lighting sorted now and everything. There's a whole bunch of people, 28 days later. Yes. I'm not an imposter. Could be. Hard to tell, though. You had Sunday morning coffee without me on the No Annie's channel. Yes. There's some other channel that you're all in. We'll go over there. So yeah, I've got lots to know where to start. I've got a coffee. It's Sunday. It's the morning. I have a weird amount of energy, especially as I struggled waking up this morning. What's going on here? As I overexerted myself yesterday playing mini golf or crazy golf. Is there a difference? It was small, slightly crazy. Marvel style CG, Annie. It's a deep fake. That's what I've been working on the last few weeks. A deep fake. Oh yes, mug fan. Oh, Gary's not here, big mug fan, but when he watches on repeat, I have the Fenris mug. One of my favourites, because it is large. Big mug of coffee. That's what you want. So who is excited for the Kickstarter? Who has any inkling of what it might be? Someone's going to guess it, I'm sure. I've not been very subtle, but I'm not very subtle anyway. Shall I go straight into the new thing? Shall I do a bit of a catch up? I think I'll go into the new thing, so people don't give up on me after 40 minutes and I haven't mentioned it yet. So I'm just lining them up here off cam. It's always nervous when I've been teasing something, because you always guess different stuff, and then I'm being like, no, sorry, it's not that. I don't think you could have guessed this. You've got a bit close because of some of my teasers and my terrible puns. So I won't tell you just yet. I'll just build up to it a little bit more. I promised Ratty small hands. I don't have my small hands. I let down. Might as well end it. So I have wanted to do a Kickstarter that's not miniatures. So they're not miniatures, but you can use in your game. Ooh. But there's an entirely wargames focus, just for a change, or just for something a bit different. I think you lot here have been a lot of the super followers, so you've followed a lot of, especially the Sunday morning coffee, where I give more away than I kind of do on other bits. I've been ill for ages. Oh yeah, anyone who's just wondered and only watches this but doesn't follow the other things, yes, I apologise. Well, I don't need to apologise, but I think we missed 3 or 4 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks of Sunday morning coffee, due to me being ill. I had COVID and it was absolutely horrible. I was stuck in bed for most of that, and then started doing the bit where you get a little bit better and then not so much better. The last sort of 4 days I've been ace. She's yawning. But I think I did overexert yesterday, which did lead me to waking up going, not quite better yet. About 80% capacity. But mentally, as you can see, I am wired, which is excellent. But I had a particularly bad case of COVID as well, which was unfortunate. So I was very self-pitying and stuck in my little bed of sadness. But thank you to people who sent me some messages and stuff like that, because that was ace. Regarding Bad Squiddo, we're all caught up. Whoop. We're all caught up, so don't worry about orders, anything like that. It's all going out standard. Just about caught up on emails. Been trying to sort of prioritize anything that's to do with orders because that's the quicker thing. I didn't put dry shampoo on here and it's not got in. There we go. It's all fine. It's all fine. So yes, it's been about COVID. Before that, I was struggling a bit with a bit of burnout, really, and sort of exhaustion. Could the two be related? Um, Ironically, just before I got the COVID, you remember me going, "I'm back. Let's do all this stuff. I'm back. Yes," and then went blump. So I've had this project. It's been in the making for about a year. You'll see soon that some certain technical details need to be worked out on it. So it's took a long time to get it perfected. And originally we were going to launch it in April anyway, because it just seemed like a good time. It was all ready to go. And then because of being ill, I thought, well, that's not going to happen. And then I think Thursday, I suddenly went, let's do it. Let's do it. It's happening. Will I regret this? Thinking, I hope I don't entirely just crash now after I've promised everyone a Kickstarter, but I haven't yet. So yes, I wanted to do something that was a bit different, a bit a bit wild, but not too different that people would go, well, yeah, it's not mini, so I'm not going to buy it. So you will, if you've seen some teasers of the sculpts, you'll know by looking at them that they are sculpted by Ristal. So it's all sculpted by Ristal, cast in resin. So we're not too far out from the norm from what we used to. Oh, wonderful. Yes, so it's very different, ties in. And very unlike the sort of, very high intense pressure Kickstarters where in my head I've got all these targets. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. If it if it goes little, it goes little and it's entertained me. So that's the sort of good point. If it goes wild, we'll do more of this stuff. So it's a bit of a tester as well, because I'd like to branch out into some, yeah, just on specific war games. So things like with the merch I was doing before, I'd like to get more of that on the go. The all of the artwork we've got from Marty as well. That I want to get onto some more. I want to have a bit of a almost separate shop of stuff like that. Whilst being sat absolutely bored, well, horizontally bored, I've come up with so many ideas that it's on my. I've got a voice record app where I put my ideas, like Alan Partridge. Yeah, it's just full of weird stuff, but stuff that I think is going to happen. A chunk of it may be based on sort of how well this goes. No pressure, as I just said. There's no pressure, but but yeah, it's I've built it up enough. I think you're ready. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Sip of coffee first. Now you got to bear with me. You've got to take in all the information that's about to hit you. You might need to sit down. You ready? You ready? So I have a few different things here. I'm gonna hit you first, not physically. I'm gonna hit you with. Oh no! You saw of it. It snuck into shot. Okay. What? Um. You ready? So, what? What is this? What is this? Hello. Why this is a some sort of tree man thing. That's not too crazy. Oh, what are you talking about, Annie? It's a pen! It's a pen! It's a pen. My neighbours will probably be like, what? It's a pen. It's a working pen. Physically working pen. Um, but it's also refillable pen. So you basically just get some in like a bit of pliers, a bit sort of thing. You can pull that out, put another pen in. I'm gonna offer it in 15 colours. 15 colours, including gold. So it's basically like a gel pen collection. Um, I will show you some more details. And morning, Jade. This is very early for you. Is everything okay? Have you been to sleep yet? Um, so as it comes, it is so sassy. It is so sassy. Yes, I knew Rat would be down for this. So he's available as just the pen, which is going to be 12 squids. It's the technical of getting a pen in there and cast has been fun. Although not my fun, it's been the caster's fun to figure it out. I just went, there you go, make it work. So yeah, despite looking sort of solid, that sort of comes out there. So he will last forever, forever and ever. Yeah, yeah. So this, morning, Dave. This is cast brown. So if you're someone who's obviously not this particular audience, but if you want to get on as a gift for somebody who doesn't do war games or paint or anything, he's ready to go. Look at that, it's straight up. So it comes in brown, but he also comes in normal resin grey as well, which I haven't got one to hand because I've been busy painting them all up. So I'll show you, I've got some different paint versions to show you here as well. I'm glad you're still here. I can see the numbers. If it went down to 10 afterwards, everyone went, oh, it's a pen. What is she doing? So yeah, it comes in brown, comes in grey. So you can paint it or you can not paint it. I have some examples to show you of some painted. I was toying with the idea of offering it just pretty much just dry brushed, but it might end up becoming a bane of my existence, so probably won't. It's really easy. Obviously, it's resin, so you will need to just give it a little bit of prep. But I was doing it yesterday, and it's just toothbrushing it like that with a bit of washing up liquids, and then putting it in a towel, and then just sort of adding water to the brush, not the actual thing, so you don't douse it. You don't soak him in the water. No baths for the pen because he is still a pen. So yeah, you can, and there are deals on the thing. Oh yeah, so pen is 12 quid. Base, because it's a massive chunk of resin, is 8 quid. I don't think you can get the base separately. I had this whole discussion whether that was possible or not. So I do need to refine the stuff yet for pricing and whatnot. But basically, it's 20 quid if you want the whole thing. So base and pen. And then yeah, that's it. So then it's 12 quid for additional pens. The base is solid, and I can't show you here, but it just sits on your desk. It sits on your desk. So there's always a pen. I have, due to it all being pulled out very quickly, I went, I've got to do a lot of stuff. So Kickstarter, they're taking longer and longer to approve. And also my hair. I didn't mention my hair, but look at that. It's a sign I'm definitely back to life when the hair's back to being awesome. What was I saying? Pens. Yes, because it was all sort of sudden. Yeah, Kickstarter takes ages to approve things now, so I had to just Thursday and highly manic. Just like, got to get it approved. Got to get it approved. I'm about to say it's approved. It's not yet approved, but it says you will hear by Tuesday, and they will approve it because they will. Once I've pen, will there be alternative bodies? Well, we actually have other pen designs from Bristol. They won't be in this Kickstarter because I want to just sort of see how this goes. But we've got a lot of good sort of things that you can be adjacent to hobby, so you can use them for hobby. They're just not the figures. Another great thing about Mr. Pen, he's called Tree Pen. And he sounds, if you need to visualize or oralize, as in oralize, he sounds like Pierce Brosnan, which you will find out soon. I will go on to that shortly. But he also works as a piece of terrain. So if you got him in your game, he's terrain. But then if you need a pen to write down your wounds and things, then you can put him back in. Another bonus is if you got your pen and you have no need for a fancy base, obviously you can buy it without it, or you can buy the two, and now this is a piece of terrain by itself. Fits in with the angry stumps that we do as well. So there we are. So that's one. So because it was speedy, we had to get this all done. It meant that first Friday morning, I messaged Fenris and said, "Hey, so you're coming to my house on Saturday, and we're painting pens." So that's what happened. So this one is painted by Ian from Fenris. I will take some lovely pictures after the show as well because he's done it lovely. With a bit of a birch-based tree there. Very nice. It's got lots of funky washes and things. And then I painted a tree. We had a tree painting afternoon. It's 40 people in chat. Look, it's good. I'm glad you came back. I was a bit worried everyone would forget about me. About to show you my tree, but I haven't finished it because it was getting dark. And I thought I'll finish it off in the daylight for the details. Mine's not as cool, but mine is user friendly. So this is my one. Piglets. Piglets are doing shenanigans. So I need to do my little dots and a few bits of highlights. But it's pretty much there, to be fair. I've got to highlight all this. It's got some skeletal details on in there. There's some skeleton stuffs. Hey, we got Daniel just swinging by. Enjoy being a pack mule. Thank you for saying I'm better. For noticing. Pen says thank you as well. What was I saying? So yes, this is my version. It's not as exciting, but it just kind of shows that you can paint it brown. So Ian had, obviously references up for wood and stuff, and I just went add brown, put some ink on it. So you can do that also. So yeah, it's brown. It's a stick. It's also a pen. Hey. But yeah, it's got some wicked little details. And so this didn't take me long. I've just got to finish those little bits there. Looks like he's holding a shower brush. Yeah, he's like, I'm off for a shower. See, like, I've been queuing here for ages. That's him. Also, though I didn't get very far, it was just a sort of side bit I was working on, so it doesn't look that great at all. I was working on a multicolored pen. Look at that, because obviously you can customize. What I also like the idea of is that you can paint them. Say, like, if you've got a few different colors, you can paint them like that, and then you can change the eyes for the color of the pen or the whole pen body. So I kind of, and just for a bit of fun, he's obviously only undercoated and very badly inked. There's a big chunk of ink just there. Inked just in a crazy colours. So I'm going to be doing some more of that as well, just to show that you don't even have to be in real tree colours. It can be whatever you like. The other cheesy bit, none of these have been varnished, so I've been a bit careful because before using it, I'd definitely give it a bit of varnish just to protect either spray or paint on. So I'll show you with the unpainted one. Despite being a novelty pen, it's really ergonomic. It gives you a nice little hand hug. Can't quite show, but I'm going to be taking some photos of that today. Over there, he fits in, because he fits in, can't quite see, to this little bit here. Because Bristol's the best. He thinks of everything. But you can also flip him around, so he's up there. I've been writing all my orders with these pens. As just sort of product testing. And because why would I use any other pen? Now I have these. Exactly. So on the Kickstarter, there are some dealios as well, of course. So if you want to buy multiple pens, they get cheaper the more pens you get. Yeah, hopefully you all seem quite excited. This is good. It's all very good. There will be no pencil stretch goal, I'm afraid. It's pens on out. Pens on out. Come on, though, pens. And to be able to get it like that, and also you could even, so if you go for the brown version, you could paint it even quicker if you just whacked some ink on it and painted up the little detail bits there, and it's done. So you don't even need to do the body, because look at that. It was cool. Also, so in the stretch stretch goals add-ons, it's going to be very forest themed, obviously. So I'll be adding things like the angry tree stumps, the forest spirits, all sorts of what else have we got? Things like the mushrooms. They're all going to be in there. I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures in the next few days of things like you surrounded by bits of the terrain, just to show that it fits in with the terrain as well, if that's what you want to do with it. It's going to move my leg so it doesn't fall off. So there'll be lots more pictures and things coming in the next few days. What else was I about to say about the pen? Yes, so the add-ons will be some of the terrain at a sort of bundly price to go with it. So it'll be less than it is in shop. There will be, if it goes well, so if you see on like the Facebook banner picture, I've got the artwork from Marty because I couldn't resist. So we're going to have some little stretch goals. They'll all be small, but one that I'd really like to do if it goes well is to add little books, little notebooks with it on. And then I might also be able to use that as a sort of kick to get more notebooks made. So there'll be notebook with the pen, tree notebook, but also that, because when you order things, you can sort of add, sometimes depending on the supplier, you can add an extra design. So if we unlock it enough to be able to do pen books, then I'll be able to do some other books at the same time with things like my cool wizard on it as well, just as little notebooks like we used to. If you remember, I did a few sort of runs of notebooks, and they were really popular. Just haven't been able to get around to doing, again, a trillion things. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee so I can breathe. It's a good there we go. Who is going to get a pen? It's not a formal commitment. I won't knock on your door, but let me know. So, hey, it is going to pen. Right, it's getting a notebook. Always need more notebooks. I've recently bought more notebooks for myself, so always need notebooks, especially with a cool pen on it. I've decided to make this as fun as possible because why not? So I've got Andy working on a video, although not yet because I need to send him some stuff. I need to send him the basically the storyboard for it and the photos and stuff, because I'm the one with the tree here. So I'm going to send that to Andy 2D6, because he also does video making. So if ever you need a sort of promo video or even just a video to show off, almost like a little slideshow of your minis and stuff, give him a shout. So yeah, he'll be making a video. It's going to be very, very cheesy. I've made connections with a new person. We've got a new person in the gang who is Christian Reeve. He does many things, but he voice acts as one of those things. So we had a fun chat the other day with me going, "Hello, I know it's very short notice, but there's this pen, right? we should do this with a pen." So he was well down for it. So he has already recorded the most hilarious pen advert. So he does the narrator voice of the pen, the official, so Christian Reeve, official voice of Tree Pen. What a way! That's it now. His career will soar. I think he's going to go straight to Hollywood after this, to be fair. And it's hilarious, and everyone I've sent that recording to has absolutely loved it. So I don't know if he's gonna watch any of our stuff or just disappear again, but if he is, again, it's cool. So I'm gonna send him once we've got the video together. I'm gonna send him that. So we're gonna have a cool ad. I'm gonna do a little ad as well, not the cool ad like that, but basically like a condensed version of what I've just been saying here, just to put on the channel, just to sort of show you through some of the bits as well in a just normal human voice rather than pen. You need pen. That's basically the advert. And then it's basically got like a, "Has this ever happened to you? Oh no, I can't find a pen. No longer." So yeah, we're going to have a hilarious advert hopefully in the next few days. Poor Andy, once I finally get everything to him, is going to be working his ass off. And very, as always, sharing it around and all that will be ace. Again, trying to get this to people that aren't necessarily wargamers. So it's where we can sort of rope in those adjacent people that you might know who go, hey, I think you're interested in this, but either just the stuff, or maybe they're a little bit painting curious, or you could paint it for them as a gift. But I'm very impressed with how the brown resins come out as it being a, sort of ready to go thing. Yeah, for people that just don't paint, can't paint, won't paint. It's that TV show. So yeah, to get it out to other people would be cool. Spread the word of the squid. And yeah, it'd be cool to just do some extra things. And because it's war games, it's obviously war, and there's a lot of war at the moment, and I just kind of wanted a bit of not a break, because I was a break from war, because that's our entire business. It's weird being mostly sort of very anti-war, but being in that industry of war, it's more like what I'm more into is that sort of educating of war, rather than like, hooray, war is great. Do not make that into a gif. See you. But yeah, we're very in the world of war, and it's guns and all this. So now and again, it's quite nice to just go, there's a pen, and it's also a stick. I think, which is why I do the occasional little dabble into fantasy as well, just because otherwise it's my entire sort of being. So a little bit of a in between is nice, but also buy war game stuff too. Right, me trying to cram it all in and not be like 2 weeks long of a stream. Yeah, so since I got back, I've then gone, I have a million things to do. You may notice that Lil is not in the chat today, because she's on holiday, and I was supposed to be going on holiday with her. So she is having fun in Cornwall. I believe my phone had a text, and I mostly get texts from Mum. It was her. Oh, she is watching. She said, I am watching, but I can't get to comment. I don't know what she's watching on then, or she's not signed in or something. She's watching. Hey, Mum. So yeah, Mum is in Cornwall, and I'm supposed to be in Cornwall, but not, because that's my life. Because I'm always cancelling my holidays. I was so close to going on this one, and they basically just what I was supposed to do was spend the start of April going, get everything caught up, all done, clear some space, have an entire week off. But because I've lost a lot of time being ill, it's just gonna. I thought if I go, we got some stuff. Where have we got? So no, I'm not on the holidays, but I'm okay about it. I've just got too much to do, and the point of holiday obviously is to relax. But because I've lost all that time, I'm just going to be stressed thinking of all the very urgent things to do. But after Expo, I'm definitely going to go somewhere and chill out. I'm not a martyr. I am a martyr, but I don't like being a martyr. So I very much don't like the whole, you're awesome if you work all the time and no one should have any breaks ever. I think that's bollocks. So I very much would like to have some break, but at the moment everything is piled up. It's everything at once. So of course I've added a Kickstarter to the mix, but it's actually given me a lot of like oomph, which is cool, and it's what I needed. I just needed something entirely left field, really, to get me going. But yes, we have UK Games Expo is the start of June. It's now the end of April. And I have not really done any prep for it because I kept thinking it's ages away. And it's a huge amount of prep. So I know it's not as big in War Games land as it is sort of, role play board game. But it's basically another salute, but it's a 3-day salute. Every single day is like salutes. And I prep a lot for salute, and I have not prepped much for this. I have a whole bunch of new releases that are kind of in the works, so I'm going to save them for Expo, but it will be around that weekend, so I'll probably release them on the website sort of that weekend, so people can get in You know, if you're not at the show, you can get in on it. I might do, you know, some sort of release deals and stuff like that. So I'll put them on the website for people that can't get to the show. The show's going to have the colouring and everything on as well, so it's not going to be as big as we do at Salute because space is so expensive. But I'm still going to have a small colouring table. I need to get the stand planned. Yeah, I've got a lot to do for that. So disappearing for a week right now is not going to be a good idea for me. What was I going to say? Brain. Yeah, no rest for the Annie. So trying to not overdo it whilst in recovery as well is fun. But yeah, don't worry, I definitely will be taking some breaks. I did have a lovely mini golf yesterday. I didn't win, but Andy won. Andy 2D6. He came mini golfing, and a bunch of people, and yeah, he won. But I was quite. How could I not tell you all? I got a hole in one once. I still didn't win, but on that one I did. So it all counts. It all counts. So we've got UK Game Expo coming up. There is a small rumour that I'll start right now that I may be at Gen Con next year, but that's as much as I'm going to say. A small rumour, so you know, if you're in America, maybe. Rainbow foams. I went wild and bought the foam packaging. I got a chunk of them in rainbow to cheer myself up as well. So you know, like the Watsits that you get, the packaging Watsits, which you can make. Somebody tried making it into a business. I don't know if it ever took off, but they basically were just selling the foams and a little like booklet. They were like, it's eco-friendly child's toys, but also horrific because you get starch liquids because it was adding liquids to it to stick it all together. But you can do that. So the foams that you get, you can like dab the end on a sponge and then make strings or hats, like a balloon hat. There is a photo somewhere of me with, I think, a crown and necklace made out of them, but now they're rainbow, noticed by Katie. So there you go. So if you're buying stuff at the moment, you'll get some fun toys as packaging. The gunfighters, if you mentioned the gunfighters from Great Escape Games, they have been shipped. I think there's a few people I didn't get around to shipping on Friday. But they'll be shipping tomorrow, the rest of them. So the plastic, they're out now as normal stock. They are plastic gunfighters that are ladies from Great Escape Games. They are brilliant. They're really, really cool. I'm going to post somewhere that I've been friends with them for a very long time, like 12 years, I think it was. 12 years? Yeah, 12 years. So before I was bad Squiddo Games. Fact of the day. So seeing them, seeing maybe a little bit of my influence going, do lady stuff, pay off. And yeah, they're great. And it's, I believe, the first plastic female historical box set, which is ace. So yeah, buy them all. I've got them in stock. And yeah, they can be mixed and matched with stuff. Nice to know they mix well with Stargrave. So now a lot of people are into that sort of Wild Westy sci-fi stuff, which is cool. What else have we got on my notes? A ton, to be fair. Well, one of the reasons I wasn't doing the show was because I had nothing to report, because I didn't want to just show up here on a Sunday and go, just been in bed, nothing to tell you. And because I thought, what I could do is I could get loads of research done while I'm stuck in bed. But obviously my brain's melted because of the being ill. So of course I didn't. So I've mostly just been browsing TikTok and going, this is my current favorite TikTok is a tortoise that headbutts stuff. No, he headbutts shoes, specifically shoes. He's got this shoe rage. But that's me going, could learn about these historical ladies. It's headbutting some shoes again. That's pretty much been me melting my own brain. Got here. I think that's mostly it. I know it's one of those shows where I've just kind of got, whew, but it is. I'm glad that I've got a whole bunch of energy. I'm very cautious of it. I'm like, what's the catch? When's it going to fall? The Kickstarter is going to be Wednesday, assuming that they approve it by Tuesday. I'll have a little look. I don't think they do anything on what is it, weekends, but you never know. I'll have a little look. It's not a chance they've early approved it, but I think I've told you the last sort of couple Kickstarters that log in, that they used to approve almost immediately, and yeah, now they're just like give us a fortnight. What have I got? Any notifications? Treeburn. Are you no, it just says you'll get a response by the 26th. I could very briefly show you preview of the Kickstarter. Although it's mostly text to show you. What have I got on here? Ergonomically fits the hand. Yes! Wednesday, salary exchange day. All of this is lining up like some cosmic event. Yes! Jill's excited for Lady Gunfighters. Yes, this is all good. I bought a couple of extra of the pledges as well. Pledges, well, because it was a bit like a pre-order thing. So I've got a few spare of the books. So there's like pretty much one of each deal still left on the website. For anyone that missed out on the deals, bought a few extra ones. Also, because Gross Games Ace, so the Plastic Lady Gunfighters can be used for anything. Their game is Dead Man's Hand, which is sort of Wild West shoot 'em up. And they have one of their gangs is called the Daughters of the West. So obviously you can use these as Daughters of the West, or you can use them. Oh my god, this drives me wild, right? When people go, oh, but you need rules for the female miniatures. Well, what rules are they? I'm like, they're the same rules for anything else. They're just in lady form. Like, they don't need to have their own rules. But I also get why people do that, because it's the people wanting everything sort of prepackaged. But yeah, you don't have to use, if you're playing it, say for example in Dead Man's Hand, you don't have to use them as Daughters of the West. You could use them as any of the other gangs. But yeah, if you do want to use them as the Daughters of the West, each of their gangs come with a little like rules card. They have a special card because there's a deck in there, and there's a little rules pamphlet thing. They've given me a bunch for free. It doesn't matter if you don't play, maybe if you're just a little bit interested, but if you order till I've run out of them, basically, just send me a little message and say, can I have the rules, the Daughters of the West rules or something, and I'll just chuck them in for you, but just let me know. Yeah, so they're really cool. It just gets you a little idea of what it is, and so they're just sat here. So don't worry about taking them if you don't have to play the game. But like, oh, if I ask for the rules, I have to show any proof that I've been playing the game. No, you don't really. It's fine. But yeah, I found that when the Shield Maidens came out in Saga, it was almost detrimental because previously, yeah, obviously I do Shield Maidens in every form, although a few more to come. But yeah, the Shield Maidens you use as Vikings because they are Vikings. Well, necessarily Vikings, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I get like Jade intensifies. Dark Age Warriors. Dark Age Warriors. But then once they brought out rules for Shield Maidens, so many people in their head were like, I can only use female figures as the Shield Maiden unit. Like, no, you can use them as berserkers, as half guards, it's like all sorts of stuff. They don't have to just be that, but yeah, it's hard to sort of. So yeah, use female figures for anything you like. Anything you like. Dark Age. Oh no, I'm getting it everywhere. Not Dark Age, early medieval. Yes, early medieval. You are correct. Again, it's that mix of talking in sort of common tongue and then historically. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Yes, all correct. Have I got anything cool that I can show you on the Kickstarter other than text? Oh, we're not updated that bit yet. Me going, ooh, oh. Yeah, it's mostly text, to be fair. Made a few cool images. Oh, my leg's gone dead again. Oh yes, that's another thing that I'm Yes, Alex is correct. Never underestimate this need for everything to be packaged. Because there's a lot of things that I didn't do before because I was thinking, well, this is, and they're like, oh, you still got to play the game, which is also things like listing things as Vikings. Whereas technically there might not be Vikings, but your average player or whatever goes, I recognise that thing as that, so that's what that is. Yeah, definitely GW's fault. Yeah, it's like this has to be this thing. So yeah, occasionally you may see me doing a thing that's and be like, hang on, what you doing? I'm like, so I can sell the things. I need to sell the things. I am dallying with the idea of doing fixed shipping for this Kickstarter as well. So no matter how wild you go, the shipping is the same. I know, right? So currently I need to tweak it and weigh things and stuff. But it's currently £3.20 UK, £6 EU, £7 everywhere else. But I need to double check that, so don't hold me to that. But it's going to be that fun no matter how much you add. Obviously, you pay more if you want the tracked versions and all that. And I need to figure out how to do that on my website. So it's the fixed shipping too. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I almost was going to do it through the Kickstarter thingy, but it's such a bad user interface. It's so bad. The back end of Kickstarter is terrible. Talking of Kickstarter, I know a bunch of people either can't, don't, won't do Kickstarter, which is absolutely fair enough. As always, you can go once the pledge manager's up for it, you can just go straight there, and you won't need. Obviously, it won't help with the unlocks and targets and stuff. But I know it's only a few people, so absolutely, you can just go on to the pledge manager afterwards if you don't want to give any money to Kickstarter, which is fair enough. But yes, if you can, very much appreciate the evil Lenten Empire. That's me. That'll be me soon. I'm a Lenten Empire, just not fully evil yet. So yeah, the Kickstarter will be Wednesday. It's going to go on, I think, a week. And there's obviously not going to be a ton of stretch goals, she says, but it'd probably be merch related if there are, and small ones because of this free, not free, but capped shipping type thing. So it's going to be books. We got books, badges, bookmarks, stickers. Always stickers. I love the stickers. I saw a sticker hack on TikTok as well. Yes, to get more stickers for my buck. Because don't tell anyone. So when you order stickers, the ones I commonly get, you can order it within the space of 10 by 10, which is like that. But if you say you want a stick man, he's only going to be about this big, and then you've almost like wasted potential. So some people have been ordering stickers. Oh, this is where I'm going to get caught out. So you'll order, say it's 2 apples, you have that, and then you'll just put a small joiny bit, and then another bit there, and you get more for your surface area. It does mean you have to chop them all up when they arrive, but so I can effectively get like 3 pens on a thing. There we go. So yeah, lots of stickers, merch, fun things. So yeah, the more you can share them around, get those non-gamery people involved, get the gamer people involved, buy a bunch for every reason possible. And I'll be putting some lovely, much better quality pictures up and videos, and so my fun video, which exists currently in my head and is hilarious, but now has the voice acting for it, which is very, very good. So here's me sat in my life, surrounded by pens. I'll show you them on my little. Oh, there you go, pens. They're all lined up there proudly, standing to attention. Oh, look at them there. Look at them! See what I mean? Ah, salute. Look at that. Protect the forest, please. Okay. Are they kiddie safe? Technically, no. It's because of the resin and everything. And they're not great for. It does have some. what's the word? Disclaimer of not putting it anywhere in your body. I learnt the hard way to not suck the end, but that's the same for all pens. As I yeah. Um, so not to be marketed for children, but it's obviously up to you to um, to make that decision where you to gift any to children if they're not going to put them in their mouth. For the resin on the other minis, I think I've got age so not suitable for ages 14 or under. So it'll be something similar like that. But yeah, if they're going to put them in their mouths, definitely not. But they could also be ornaments as well, so you just have them on the shelf. But no, that is very much not a. I was about to do that. No, it very much is not a toy. Not a toy. But yeah, all that sort of information that I've got is going to be on the website. So, Paul Ashby, I know it's not Monterey, but have you heard about this packaging thing where shipping to Germany during June having to offset the costs of them recycling? No. That's going to be a fun thing to look at. So we have to offset the costs. I'm sure it'll come in the system that I use anyway, but that's interesting. Rex was asked about chewing. Yeah, you shouldn't put resin in your mouth, so it's basically no chewing. It is effectively an ornament, but a practical ornament. Can you put it behind your ear? I've never put pens behind my ear. I think your ear's safe. Just don't take me to court. That's all I need. I wonder if that bit, I could put it around the actual ear that's exposed, can I? Wonder if that hooks. Oh, the little hand hooks behind your ear. Look at that. Right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some breakfast. And take. Oh, I've got to finish off this pen. I've been watching Walking Dead while I've been doing it, so I'm gonna watch some more Walking Dead. Finish this guy off because his eyes are nowhere near as bright. I did have to nip to Games Workshop yesterday. Oh, that's the point before I go. Nipped to Games Workshop yesterday, as one does, to Warhammer World. Rechecked, they've changed everything around. It's cool. Bonus of being a Nottingham person is you can just nip to Warhammer World. It's ace. Bought a bunch of paints just because it's easiest. They're not my favourite paints, to be fair. I don't like the bowls, but it's the nearest place that I can just go and get the paints rather than have to order them online. So when I inevitably go, I don't have this colour, like I didn't have money greens. So went there, and they do a thing where you buy 10 paints, you get one free. And I bought more than 10 paints anyway, but it was really unclear on the box, so I just didn't say whether you buy 10 and you get an additional free, or you buy 10 and one of those 10 is free. And I thought, you've got loads of money and marketing and departments, and it's unclear. Yet my posters for trade shows where it's buy 5, get the 6 free are really clear. Like, damn it! So it's frustrating when, well, somewhat comforting, yet also frustrating when, people with a lot more resources screw up as well. Because I thought, surely everyone who buys these must have the same question. But yes, I am nice and clear with my marketing, yes. All right, so I'm going to get out of here and eat and rescue my dead legs, as I always get. Don't sue me for anything ever. Please, do not take anything I've said as legal fact or Bad Squiddo official statement. I will put that into the Kickstarter, all of that information, because it is actually important. So, right, goodbye. Oh, my leg. Thanks for coming. It's been ace to see you again, even though I don't see you. I see your little, but I see your little, not little faces, because most of you have got pictures of weird stuff. What is your picture, Katie? It looks like a fish. I'm just gonna, just looking now. It looks like a flatfish. What is it? Yeah, seeing your little avatars. Cat. Oh, it's a cat. Of course, it's a cat. Then I do not feel like I've offended by comparing a cat to it's a pancake. But yeah, seeing all your little faces there. has been ace. And it's been awesome that you've all come back and haven't forgot me in all these weeks. And I'll see you all on the line. Anyone who's not in the group on Facebook, if you have Facebook, there's a group called Baggy's Cave. So come along to that and join in. Yes, and then we can chat more. Yay! I was about to say regarding that pen thing. Now I'm like, oh no. That yeah, they're adult pens, but that's not a marketing anyone wants to go for. And I'll leave on that note. See you later. Thank you all. You're awesome. Bye.